that
So,
I think,
talk to me about this, time machine thing though. Let's
yeah,
be serious for a minute. How can an MSP, let's talk about the tiny MSP who maybe they don't have a sales team. It's the guy who is an awesome technician and thought, I'll start a company. And then he learned there's all these things that he's not good at, right? So how does this guy that's maybe not so great at sales overcome the objective from a client or a prospect when he says, I need to get you some cloud backups? And the client's like, dude, I've got Time Machine or I've got Dropbox. I don't need that.
I guess the first thing I would say is that having a backup of any kind is great. I'm here to talk about backup and evangelize backup. If you've got something, anything, that is absolutely better than nothing. The next question is what could be even better than what you've got? And that comes to looking at the threat models that you may be facing, whether that is, building break-in or a natural disaster or robbery, all of these kind of situations. The other thing is, so obviously cloud backup mitigates those kind of risks. The other thing that I would consider is ransomware, whether the ransomware running on the Mac, which, as you mentioned, of course, Macs are perfect and never ever go wrong, but
nothing ever goes wrong.
Perish the thought. If it were possible for a Mac to run ransomware, which it obviously is and does happen, can ransomware encrypt your Time Machine backups? And if those were off-site, would there be less of a chance of that happening? But beyond that, I would talk about things like the consistency of the backup jobs. When you put another file in Dropbox, has it synced yet? You don't know. Well, the little icon tells you that it's synced. With Comet, you have a bit more point-in-time snapshotting. So you can say at this exact moment of time, I know that everything in my selection is backed up. It's application consistent. And the last thing I would talk about is, and what's probably the real sell in the small MSP context, is verifying. I had a situation a few years ago now where I was helping a customer with their backups, and that phoned up the company and said, hey, I need all my emails back. And they got a remote session, walked them through restoring the data, and the emails were just not selected for backup at all. And that was a pretty heartbreaking moment. But it was very clear that there's a sort of observability gap as well for backups. Like, is everything selected in Dropbox? Is Dropbox actually picking up everything? Is Time Machine picking up everything? Has this customer gone and installed new software or added new PCs and they're actually not configured to do those backups? So one of the neat things about Comet is you do have that remote observability. It's a client server thing. So you can see all your customers, you can look at what they're backing up, and you can send them email reports about what's being backed up. Just gives them that bit more confidence that things aren't going wrong in the future. I think there's lots of positive aspects, but Dropbox and Time Machine are a great start. Not going to talk anyone down for using them.